Alrighty, back into it. Let's go!
That's
Like,
fair.
that is my opinion.
On what?
Continuing the Avatar discussion from before about the bad movie that doesn't exist.
There is no M. Night Shyamalan movie in Ba Sing Se.
We were talking about, like, if the firebending worked differently in the movie, was a good change, or was possibly a change that made sense, and I'm like, I get it more than some of the other ones, but I wouldn't call it an improvement. It's a lateral move charitably.
Yeah. It's interesting and frankly makes more sense, but it doesn't really add anything.
It was internally
Like-
consistent was the best I could give it.
Yeah. The thing I will give it is that it
we
makes slightly more sense than firebenders being able to make fire out of nothing. But it doesn't add or take anything away. It's just there.
Anyway, we're playing D&D, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we are. Or else we're gonna be on this
To
for a
the
while.
game! Last time on Tipping These Scales, the party had a little bit of downtime in the Matron of the Moon's city, and eventually went to speak with her daughter, the Star Reborn. Doing so, Ember learned a bit about how his magic worked, and Eni had a secret of hers revealed.
Also, Jared learned some stuff about his patron.
Yes,
Oh.
I forgot about that
Nice.
part. Many things were revealed.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, we drop right back in where we left off.
So, to help set the scene, that conversation, that, the Space Dragon had with Eni, that was, like, within earshot of everyone, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Wait a
Yeah,
minute,
she was
what?
not kind to keep it quiet.
Just in her usual deadpan. Wait a minute. What? Huh?
Eni,
There is.
if Jared's gonna say something, Jared can say something.
No, it's just that Jared crosses his arms and mutters quietly to himself. So that's who Sono is. And trying to not, more so to himself and quietly as like, okay, connecting the dots. And now he's just watching everyone else to see what their reactions are.
Eni, what
Mhm.
does she mean that you found a host? What are you?
Yeah. As Eni's placing her hat back on, she'll stop and you'll seeing that the jig is kinda up. You'll see not Eni's eyes, but the eyes on her hat look over to Ember.
I love that.
Are you sure you want to know that kind of information?
I think at this point, if we're traveling with you, we should know.
Ember's
I'm-
just glaring at the eyes on in the hat that are looking back at him, and you see he's like he's putting his hand over one of his hand axes, just, like it doesn't look like he's gonna throw it, but just as a defensive thing. So and
that,
just say, you really should explain yourself.
With that, Eni will then. The body looks up. Her usual jovial kind of expression that she more or less has with her very over-exaggerated expression is become a bit more deadpan. Fine. Can we at least do it somewhere in private? Prefer not to talk too much about myself out in the open.
Where is
Perfectly
more
fair.
private than here?
Who in the room besides us? Who is in the room besides us? Just the four of us. The dragon. Any other assistants? I remember vaguely someone was mentioned.
There was a librarian who came down. I imagine they probably dropped off the requested books and left.
Okay.
This is still a space where people can come in and out.
That's perfectly fair.
We were gonna find an inn, right?
And you're telling me that an inn is more secure than where we are now?
Do you have any suggestions?
I prefer an inn, but if Grumpy over there wants us to just do it here, fine.
You said that you wanted somewhere safe and secure. I literally cannot think of a more secure place than where we are. That is all I am saying.
Jared will look over and ask, would you mind, if you would please, give us a few moments to speak?
Of course. She
I appreciate it.
leaves.
Fine, this will do. Eni will just sit against the wall. Ask your questions.
Who are you?
So-
anyway?
Well, I've been fully honest with you. Person you're talking to, is indeed Eni Grimhold.
And what about your host?
Sona.
Indeed. Specifically, her name is Sona Dren.
And how did you come to, I guess, know each other?
Well, I don't fully have access to all our memories, but from what I remember,
You see, you mentioned the memories, and Ember just takes it. He takes a breath in at that of just, oh geez, because he knows what that's like. Sorry, continue.
Anyways, when she first came across me, she was stealing me from a collector, specifically to get revenge on a gang who had killed her father. And of course, because she was desperate, she didn't quite know who exactly she was grabbing to gain that kind of strength.
So where is Sona now?
He's still in here. Very, very deep down. But she's still here.
Is it possible to exchange the two of you at all? Or is it purely you're in control now?
We did it a few times early on, but that was when she first picked me up, a few days in. After that, primarily I had control. She seemed to slip further and further into, well, she'll point up into her hat. That's holding me.
So in a sense, you're both trapped.
Eenie nods.
Taking off the hat seemed to debilitate you. Is there some way to lessen your reliance on it that you know of? Or sever the need for it? Or, best case scenario, make it so you don't need it at all?
He just chuckles. You don't think I didn't try to figure something like that out?
No, I figure you would have. But sometimes we can figure things out, but not have the ability to perform them unless certain circumstances change. We are a circumstance that has changed.
Well, as far as I know, nothing really I've never really come across anything like that.
Hmm.
If I am separated from my hat too long, I get weaker and weaker, and eventually I'm pulled back into it. And Eenie will bring a finger down to her chest. The host will die.
Hmm. Do you know how many
So there,
times that's happened? At least
Eenie
once,
just
if you already know.
Eenie thinks. Been years since I was helped by that collector. I know I've had a few, 3 or 4, most of them vague memories.
Is there a way to give Sona back her body?
Possibly. Although I am not too keen to provide it. To give it fully back, I would still like access outside of my prison a bit. The other thing too is she needs to
How
find her
exactly
way
does
out of
Sona
here.
feel about all this? How does Sona feel about the fact that you are using her body?
Not sure. I haven't asked her in a while.
I'm assuming not great.
Answer me one question, Nini. Why exactly should we trust a parasite that has taken over someone else?
You've trusted her so far. What does this change anything? She won't have any reason to betray us if we don't give her one. And she already has a host. If this one dies, then we get a new one.
Mayhaps we should also try and seek
I
a way
think
to
Ember.
free the host, but also allow Eni to continue.
Best case scenario there, yes.
That would be. I am more concerned for Sona's sake, since she doesn't seem to be exactly agreeing to all of this.
She sought after something greater than she could handle.
Do you know exactly what sort of state she's in right now?
Eni will take a second and closing both her eyes and the hat's eyes will take a second. And take a deep breath. She's still conscious. She doesn't know what's going on out here, but I do feel her attempting to try to find a way out.
How long has she been in there?
I would say Eni will look over to Jern. How long have we been traveling together?
I think it was roughly a year, give or take some time.
If that's the case, I would say about a year and 3 months, somewhere around there.
It's a long time. But also no time at all.
And
would you be amenable to finding a new host that doesn't trap someone in the deep recesses of yourself, themselves?
I wouldn't be opposed to that, no. But looking over to Ember, if we want to keep Sona alive, we'll need to figure out a way to somehow disconnect the two of us.
We can do that and grow in power to fight the tyrant at the same time. No one says that both have to be separate things.
I would definitely say the best case scenario would be freeing me from this prison. That way, I might be strong enough to pull her out. But that's all I can think of.
So we shall have to do some more research on... And you see me in a pause for a second to try and think of the right words before settling on beings like yourself.
Fine if you want to call me a parasite or a monster. I'm used to it.
I would be calling you worse were you not amenable to trying to find a way where everybody is able to be free and living.
I agree. I'm sorry, and I do want to help you figure this out.
What greater change would be than changing the state that you are in? Finding a way to improve yourself and the life of the one that you currently call host.
Eni will look between them all. Eyebrow cocked. Well, certainly turned out better than how I expected. You would all react when you found out about this.
Can we trust you?
Right.
If you're talking about me betraying you, I don't plan on doing that. She'll look over to Jared. He's already helped me accomplish what I was after. Or at least, some unfinished business I owed Sona.
What was that?
Killing the bastard that destroyed her life.
I hope that made her feel better.
You never know with revenge. Always seems sweeter before the aftertaste hits.
That's why I have no personal interest. They probably died years ago anyway. And even if there were some still out there, my life's already been ruined. What's the point?
So, any other questions?
None for the moment.
Well, if that's the case, Eni will jump up to her feet, seeming a bit more like the way you have known her. Why don't we go find that inn? I'm sure we're all tired.
Ember's gonna give Mina 5 golden beats. Like, yeah, you find the inn. I'm gonna get some air.
Okay.
It's stuffy down here. and he's just gonna walk off and not wait for anyone.
Hmm. Jared.
Not used to this yet. It's giving me a headache. He says, like, that's definitely the reason.
Fair, fair.
Fun roll a deception check.
Is this with disadvantage?
No, I'll say straight.
Okay. I'll do this purple sparkly one. That's a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Jared is just gonna. The entire time he's had his arms crossed, but he uncrosses them and does basically an at ease kind of position, and turns to Mina. I doubt that I would be a welcome face in this scenario, so would you be so gracious enough to make sure Ember's alright? In a bit of time, at the very least.
Of course.
He nods. Well, let's find that in then.
Yes. After that, I'll give Ember maybe an hour or two and then go find him.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
Mm-hmm. Off we go.
All right. What's everyone doing then?
Getting to an inn, finding a place, then character discussions.
All right.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only one with really anything is because the other three, I presume, is just montage over getting it in. So let's go to Ember.
First thing Ember's gonna do is find a spot outside where we could sit for a while and attune to the shoes.
I think Ginger definitely comes up and puts her head on your leg.
Don't chew on these ones. These were expensive.
She doesn't really react. She's just looking up at you with puppy dog eyes.
Oh.
Hey, I just I know, I was meaner than I should have been. I just don't trust Susil. Barely trust Jared, and I was not prepared for this with Eni.
She tries to crawl into your lap.
I let her.
Just curls up.
Just times like this I miss Autumn. I wish she
Gives
was
a
here.
little head tilt.
What? I've told you about her. And I think he'll go through his sketchbook and he'll take out a sketch of a so it's black and white, so you can't tell the color, but a young tiefling woman in her 20s, but she, instead of horns, she has antlers, and instead of like the triangle like tail that normal tieflings had, it's a little lion tuft. Also, I'm sorry, are we calling tieflings something else? I forgot.
It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Like, yeah, this is her. Yeah, she's the one who fixed my shoulder? I sent her a drawing of you when I first found you.
She kind of paws the air in front of the sketchbook.
No, don't smudge it. Don't smudge it. Just look.
Looks at you.
Yeah. Alright. You won't tattle on me that I've been doing fighting stuff, right? I may not have had that conversation yet. Or at least was kind of leaving that out of my letters because I didn't want her to worry.
Just continues to look at you with those cute eyes.
I think by this point, we'll say he's attuned to the shoes and it's like, oh, I think the shoes work, and I walk not super far up, but just like, maybe like 5 feet up a wall, and just the familiar sensation of just being able to stand on a vertical surface, like you're standing on the ground and just seeing the world at a weird angle.
And I imagine it's an interesting sensation too, because like, you're able to stand on the wall, but gravity's still pulling on like your clothes and stuff and your hair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but at the same time, I imagine like the magic kind of makes it so it's like you're not getting the like blood rush.
Yeah.
Or the blood rushing to your head.
Yeah, it feels like your gravity is to the wall, but like all your clothing and stuff is still following regular gravity.
Like with Gravity.
Yeah, and
Rush, if anyone played that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think he is gonna take like a little treat he has for Ginger and just throw it from his position on the wall. It's like, catch. So I throw Ginger a treat. I imagine she was very confused by the wall thing.
Yeah, she's like, I want to be with you. Why are you up there?
Alright, so I think once he's done that, he's gonna kind of walk around for a little while and we can switch the scene from there.
Let's zoom in on everyone else. How's the rest of the group doing?
It's almost time for me to try and find Ember.
I think Susil will meet up with Jared and Eni. So, how did everything go?
Many discoveries were made. Good information.
Do tell.
Personal information that I don't quite feel like revealing as of yet.
That is a shame. But it is your choice.
We got fairly useful information then, so should help us.
That is good.
How are things going on your end?
I
What have you
am.
been up to?
I am getting used to this cold. I also have two to care for, and they, like myself, are not enjoying it.
I see. Well, I hope the three of you are able to keep warm then. As best you can, at the very least.
We shall do our best.
There is actually something that I've been meaning to ask, and now seems like a good enough time for it.
Very well.
Why are you still here?
You are
You-
good allies.
There must be more to it than that. What do you want? Why us? Why choose to ally with us when you wanted to work with the Gilded Wave? Why side with us and earn her ire, or earn their ire?
Why does anyone work for the Gilded Wave? I had spent 2 weeks there. Many were there just for the rewards. I came here because I hoped to experience the culture of this place. Gestures to their lizard folk self, but decidedly not classically lizard folk clothing. As I said, I grew up in Ergoreos. I know not of my people's culture or the lands here. I was curious, and I hope to experience it.
Can I insight that?
Yes, you can.
May I also apply guidance to myself?
Yes, you can. I will not tell you if I'm rolling deception or persuasion.
All
I
right.
guess might as well insight as well.
Mina will also insight, but without the guidance.
Alright, 14 for Nini. Dirty
27
20.
off of a
27!
19.
Woo!
The natural 19s of your
Yep.
campaign.
Oh!
With a passive 18 as well.
Holy frick. So, with guidance, that makes it a 24.
Yeah, Mina, you see through his bullshit. There's and frankly, this is something that I hope I don't know if I was doing it in previous discussions. Previous times RPing him. I was doing something specifically there with my S's. I think some of the flavor for Jared, you have some of the stuff he's saying is not adding up, and then you just hear a whisper in your ear, and I'm not sure exactly what the whisper says, but like it clicks. He's not. I would say what I will give you here. He's not a lizard folk.
I think I know, but I have no idea if Mina would know.
You can roll a history check. And then
Mhm.
roll a history check and give me your suspicion.
16, and I think he may be a Yuan-Ti pureblood.
I would say Mina can be suspicious of that, but she might not know for sure.
Yeah. That's kind of where I was going with that.
Jared
There is more that you are
gives.
not telling us.
Yeah. Jared's face just shows that he does not buy that answer.
Need I tell you everything?
That would be
You're
preferable.
t- I expect the truth rather than the lies you're. But no, no. I was going to say serpent tongue, but then I was like, is that a little too on the nose to just say as a common
That-
phrase?
Is that a little possibly charged?
Yeah, no. Then what he would instead say is, your silver tongue is saying.
I suggest you leave me to my business. And Eni, wisdom saving throw, please.
What? What?
He suggests.
Oh, oh no!
Susil starts walking away. Eni, you feel compelled to keep the other two from following him.
This conversation isn't over.
Agreed.
He just walks away.
Jerry goes after. Get the hell's back, you.
Eni, you're under suggestion.
Mike probably.
Oh, no.
Ah,
Damn, my damn mic. I was like wondering. It's like I'm trying. It's like I'm trying to say, let's go back. And yeah, my darn mic's been breaking recently. I think it's a very new one. Jared, come on. We're all tired. Let's just go back to the inn and rest.
You're not suspicious? Mina says while trying to push past.
Look, we could look into this later. I'm just.
Later, he's leaving now. Continuing to push past.
Come on. Guys.
Continuing onward.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like I don't have any spells that really is gonna help, and I know both of these
Yeah.
guys are just gonna.
I will.
Edie just throws her hands up and starts walking to the inn.
You, like, Eni distracting you guys gave him enough of a head start, and he rounds the corner into an alley. You both follow, and when you enter in, there's no one there.
Damn it.
The coat's on the ground, but he's gone.
Investigate the coat with guidance.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And help action as well.
Okay, let's crit fish then, because that's a dirty 20 before guidance. Nope. All right, 20 plus 3, so a 23 investigation on the coat.
There's no signs of anything, really.
The next time I see him, I'm going to slit his throat.
I would stop you, if only to try and get more information before that happens. But you and I both well know that this is only going to end in problems. I'm going to go find Ember. You go talk with Eni, I guess.
Right. Let him know Let him know that Sulsul is becoming a problem.
That was the plan.
Alright. See you soon then.
Indeed.
Jared will go off to find Eni in the end.
Yep, and Mina will go find Ember.
All right. I would say a little bit before you can find him, Mina, Ember, I need an intelligence saving throw from you.
Well, it's a good thing I am better with these now. Okay. Huh? I clicked it. I don't know if it's loading. Okay, it might load. Oh, okay. Take the first one. Those are both good.
Well, luckily the second one's better anyway. You feel a creeping sensation in your mind, but how much did Ember deal with like encounter enchantment magic at school?
I think he would have. It would have been like the basics, of just generally what it is, because that wasn't his specialty. But the thing is, am I correct in saying that if he didn't have the headband, he would have failed the saving throw?
Because that would.
Yeah, because without the headband, that would put him at a 14.
14 would have actually succeeded.
Okay. What about without the luck stone?
That would be the DC.
Okay. Okay, so. But yeah, but I think he might. He would register that there was something going on. So so he definitely like gets a sensation, right?
Yeah.
I think with that he gets a hand, his hand axes in each hand, and I'm gonna look around. Can I make an investigation check?
You certainly can.
All right. Hey. Oh, the computer's being so nice to me today.
19.
Okay.
Oh. You look around and you see like near the top of one of the buildings, a snake poking over the edge.
Is it one of the snake familiars?
Yes.
Hmm.
Tilts its head at you.
I I I want to do something kind of silly, and I want to kind of like make it look like I'm just gonna be. It's like, oh, it's nothing, and then walk away, and then throw one of my axes at it.
You do that. Roll attack. Roll an attack roll.
Okay. +7. Okay. I clicked the thing. It didn't load. When does it ever? Okay. Okay. Let me try again. Why isn't it rolling? Okay. Okay. 1 second. I need to turn on lights in my room so I can actually see my physical dice. I'll be right back.
Fair and understandable.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm gonna roll the new cat dice I got.
Wow.
Does a 10 hit?
No.
Because
Snake.
I got a 3.
The snake dodges out of the way and slithers over on top of the building.
I'm gonna order Ginger to stay here, and then I'm gonna climb up the building and follow the snake.
All right.
Right after I pick up my axe.
Yeah. You have a faster speed, so you'll eventually catch on the snake. At which point, it swells in size, and the top half of it becomes the woman's torso. She turns, kind of pushes her hands out at you, and casts darkness.
Okay, can I shadow step in the, like, direction she was to just get out of the darkness?
You can. At this point, she has moved in an unpredictable direction, and I would say that she has shaken you at this point.
Okay. Okay, and okay. I think with that, he's gonna just climb down the building, pick up Ginger, and be. It's like, we gotta find the others. And I remember that there was a second snake, right?
Yep.
Can I make a perception check just to see if the second snake is nearby?
You certainly can.
Why are you saying that so ominously?
One that
Ooh.
you can notice.
Okay. think he's just gonna go find the others now.
Alright.
What terrible thing happens? Come on.
I would say at this point, Mina, it's when Mina finds you.
Okay.
Susil's not what he appears to be.
Yeah, neither are his, familiars.
Should have expected that. Come on, let's go.
Right.
Keep an eye out, because he left when we confronted him.
Yeah. And one of his snakes tried to do something.
What is something?
I felt I didn't study enchantment, but I felt something, but I was able to shake it off.
Good that you were able to shake it off.
Yeah. Okay. But let's get back. You know what? Why was I even upset with Eni? Why was I even questioning any of that?
It made sense to, honestly.
Yeah. Alright. Let's go and scoop up Ginger and then head to the inn.
Min follows. Well, Mina directs to where the inn is.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Alright, do we want to cut back to the Shady Pair?
Yeah.
The Shady Pair that is not as shady as Susil?
It's just funny how that worked out. That it's like, Edie, what the heck? And then all of a sudden, oh shit! Bigger fish to
we
fry
have
right now.
bigger problems.
We will talk about this later.
We have bigger snakes to fry.
Alright.
Bigger fish to snake.
Bigger fish to snake.
Bigger
Bigger
snakes
snake
to
to
fish.
fish. Bigger snakes that are fishy.
Either way, we're ending up with some kind of sushi or sashimi.
Or the one alcohol that you just drop a live viper in.
That
Oh, I've
tequila.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You just drop a live snake into it.
The venom's supposed to make it more potent.
Because fun fact, some venoms you can actually drink because of the way they're structured. It interacts with the bloodstream, but not the digestive system.
Which will come in handy
Mhm.
knowing this when I play that poisoner character that I have kicking around in the back of my head.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, back to the Shady Pair.
Yes. So yeah, you get an inn. What kind of inn do you go for? Do you go for fancy, average, economy?
Bargain.
If it's alright to say, probably somewhere that's like... That's nice, but still a good price. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. It's average.
Good enough.
All right.
Yes. Literally, it's literally mid.
You do that. Anything you do after securing the room?
Maybe further
Um.
securing the room, locking all the windows?
Yeah, no. Uh, Basically, now that we know, Silsil is big sus, um, need to be safe and sure that, as was said, the room itself is secure, and then Jared has a sneaking suspicion that Eni is not quite in her right mind right now, so that's a priority.
All right. Feel free to RP that discussion.
Mhm. So yeah, Jared would just come into the room and basically start double checking everything is secure. No nooks, no crannies to sneak in through, nothing for a snake, lizard, etc. I think the mic might be breaking again.
No!
Ah,
Oh boy, I'm probably gonna need to pick one up sooner than later. All right.
okay.
Does your hat have like a really bad connection? Does it like, blink out sometimes?
Maybe.
It causes some pretty bad wireless interference at times.
Yeah, for the most part, Eni will just kind of look at Jared, who's just seems like he's doing a lot more than what's needed. As Eni is just getting herself comfortable, and is primarily right now just getting herself attuned to the Shadowfell shard.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Which
So
will get
yeah.
absorbed into her hat, and it'll be a kind of faint, like dark bluish glint in the eye.
Oh, that's fun. But yeah, after ensuring that the room itself is secure, there's not much of a chance for anything to get in unnoticed. Well, get in at the current moment, or see into the room. Jared is just going to take a post at one of the corners, uh, and just watch everywhere where something could potentially slither in from, and just say to Eni, "Why did you stop us earlier? He was clearly being suspicious."
What are you talking about? Look, you two are probably just being cranky right now because you're tired.
When have you ever known me to be tired? Cranky, yes, I'll give you that. Tired?
I don't know. I felt like right now wasn't that moment wasn't exactly the best moment to have that kind of discussion. So we should just sleep on it.
He evaded the question. He tried to walk away, and I have a sneaking suspicion that you are thinking this because he did something. He paralyzed that person, and while leaving them alive. It is something with the mind. That's where his powers lie.
Can I attempt another wisdom save or something? Draco?
I had muted my mic. I would say at this
Oops.
point the suggestion has dropped.
Okay. Yeah, it'll take a few seconds. Shit! I think you're right. Yeah, as the realization comes over Edie. Oh, damn it!
Any objections to me breaking his arms next time I see him so he can't cast spells?
I would start with the tongue first. So many
That's smart.
spells require vocal components.
That's better. Actually, that's better. Thank you for the suggestion.
But yeah, then destroy his hands.
I love dark humor.
What is on?
It's too late now.
Sorry, finish your thought and then.
Yeah, I was just gonna add, Edie would say, well, it's too late now. Damn it.
Just be on guard. He knows we suspect him. So if he's going to do something, it'll most likely be to make us no longer suspicious. Just be careful, be cautious, and we'll find him.
Edie just kind of pouts as she sits on the bed. Oh, Levi fell under such a simple trick.
What is at the top of Eni and Jared's minds right now?
For Jared, it's frustration. He can't believe that Sul got away. He can't believe that he let this person travel with them for so long after the job, and not once did it occur to him that something's odd about that. Why, as he said during the confrontation, if he was there to work with the Gilded Wave, why side with us in the confrontation? It's stupid. Why was he here? What was going on? And just so many conspiracy theories going around in his head.
And for Eni?
For Eni, this is a bit of a hit to her pride, falling under another person's spell, just making her a bit frustrated, and at the same time thinking about how next time she sees that snake, those snakes and that lizard, she is figuring the best way out to skin them, essentially. Get some nice new boots and gloves.
Is this where Ember and Mina arrive?
Entirely probable.
Yeah.
What's at the top
Just
of your
jump
minds?
scare them while they're stewing.
What is at the forefront of your minds?
Annoyance?
It occurs to Ember that he did kind of isolate himself and something bad could have happened, and that's not the... And, given that, something bad did happen when he isolated himself, before he was kind of mad at himself for that, but also realizing that his wariness of Susil was correct.
Jared and Ember, could each of you roll a d20 for me?
Just a straight D20. All right.
Yep.
I'm using my glow-in-the-dark one. That's a 15.
That's an 11.
All right, Ember. I need a wisdom saving throw.
No! I'm not as good at these. It could be worse. It could be a charisma saving throw.
Could be.
All right.
I should have focused on paladin instead of warlock. At least for early levels, so I could get that aura.
Yeah,
It's so helpful.
I clicked it. It doesn't look like it loaded. Fuck, I'll just roll it manually. Someone pick a color for my dice.
Green.
I'm scared. All right. I'll use my one metal die, which is green.
It did
Also-
load here,
Okay.
and it was
Okay,
a natural
what was
one.
Oh no! The die. You know what? I was a little disappointed. I made the intelligence saving throw, so you know what? I'll take it.
All right.
All right. How does my brain melt?
Here's the fun thing about detect thoughts. If you succeed, if you fail, you still know that they probed. It's
Okay, so
it's like that feeling when someone's in your personal space, but you feel it in your head. That's what you got right now, Ember.
Oh shit. Oh shit. And then his thoughts just go to, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, someone's in my head. Get out of my head.
Block, 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 block.
Hardly anyone ever uses detect thoughts as rules intended. Let me see.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what sort of stuff do you get access to? You know?
So you can I will say the shit if you're doing it intentionally because you know you're having detect thoughts on you, you can make an intelligence check against the caster to end the spell.
I mean, so is it just raw intelligence?
Yes.
Okay, and do I get the Luckstone bonus, or
Is
would
that
this
on
just be a
checks?
+4?
Is that on checks?
Yeah, it's the Luckstone is added to ability checks and saving throws, so.
Then yes, you would get it.
Okay, so +5. And that's a natural 19!
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
you definitely shatter it.
Yeah, I feel like this was especially with the headband, like, refreshing a lot of stuff, I feel like there's a lot of kind of, like, Magic 101 stuff that's kind of coming back and, is doing that, I guess. So did he just get the surface level thoughts that I described, or should I, were there any other details that you got?
You should be worried. Hey, remember
I'm just wondering
that
if he-
remember that thing you were talking
Yeah.
about where like, oh shit, I pissed off an ally of the Golden Tyrant? Because also like we had the cutscene. Like this is above table. We had the cutscene. Yes, that is the same snake woman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I mean, Ember doesn't know that, but...
Yeah.
I guess I'm just like, he was also talking with Ginger and about, like, some backstory stuff earlier. Did they get that?
Well, I mean, they have it regardless now, but just for fun.
Okay.
Just for
Okay.
fun.
Is Ember's oh shit
10,
out loud?
no.
Yes.
What's wrong?
Someone was in my head. I think they're out now, but... Oh, no. Oh, no.
Not your fault. Mind magic can be insidious.
Okay. I think he's trying to steady his breathing, but is starting to panic now. I think he's gonna reach for Ginger in his bag and just...
Deep breaths.
Okay. We have to find the others, and we have to deal with this.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, you're like right at the inn when that happens.
All right.
And we go
Oh
in.
yeah. Yeah. Okay. And I think he's gonna go in and gonna say, Eni, I'm sorry about earlier. That just caught me off guard. Susil or maybe one of his snakes, that they were in my head. And
So we should probably leave this in and go to another one.
Right.
hey,
Right.
and we should probably we might just have to get one room and sleep in shifts.
That's smart.
If that's okay.
Of course. Safety is paramount after all.
Mm-hmm. And then for each person, Eni will cast message. If anyone feels as if someone is poking in their head again, inform the rest of the group immediately, so we can get the jump on them. They have to be close by to do so.
That means they're here.
If you all are you all trying to do this without getting without being followed?
As best we can, we have some people who are the opposite of stealthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would also
if we are trying to stealth through, I will touch Jared and give him my last bolstering magic for the stealth checks. So you get an extra D3 to ability checks and attack rolls for 10 minutes. So
Okay. And it's once in those 10 minutes, like a bardic?
no, it's every check for 10 minutes.
Oh!
So
That's outstanding. Okay. 1d3. Okay.
yeah. Yeah, you
would-
unfortunately doesn't apply to saving throws, but yeah, it'll help with stealth. So
Alright.
I would also recommend double checking your bags in case we have any stowaways.
Good call. And
Right,
they'll
and
check
check
her
for-
gear.
Yeah, same.
yeah, and Ember's also gonna say right, and check for any items you don't recognize. People can use locate object to track you, like even coins.
Yep,
Can-
and check Ginger, just in case something was slipped onto his collar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will check her. I will give her a once over. It's like, so yeah. I guess we're checking her gear to see if we find anything.
You find
Which
nothing unusual.
That does not make me feel better for some reason.
all right. Let's go.
Alright.
Here we go.
All right. Stealth check from everyone.
Oh boy, I'm so good at these.
Uh,
A
May
9.
I-
That's better than it could have been.
nice. May I apply guidance to this, or no, just to prevent using it repeatedly?
You can.
All right.
Oh yeah, and you would get guidance and the D3. So. Okay. That's...
12. Okay.
Whoa,
Okay,
full 7.
Okay, so that's 19 total.
All right. I also got 19 total.
Mina,
14.
It is very clear that Mina is not stealthy.
As she has said in the past, change can be subtle. I am not.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Just checking. Do y'all continue on trying to stealth? Or no?
I would say
With Mina
I
so
think
obviously being bad at stealth, is there a change in plan?
I would say as we go around a corner, try to get a little tired of the clanging. It's like, hold on, and we'll just quickly cast invisibility on Mina.
Alright, I will allow another stealth check from Mina.
Alright. Still at disadvantage?
No, evens out because invisibility
Okay.
and...
Yep,
Let's
so it's
try
average.
another 9.
God damn it!
Oh no!
How are
It
you
is-
just?
Can you add guidance?
If it's allowed, I will.
You can.
11.
That is
Better
just
than before.
enough.
A teeny size.
Mm-hmm.
Better than nothing.
Slightly better.
You all are able to sneak through the city, find another inn.
Ember just pays for the room as hastily as possible.
Alright. You enter your room. Feel free to RP from here.
We all have our weaknesses. Mine is being subtle.
Agreed. Next
Fair.
next chance we get, we need to find a way to alleviate that.
I was looking to commission new armor. That might help.
Right. And
Yeah. I think. Can Ember? I think Ember's gonna like just help make sure that the room is secure.
Alright.
So.
Yeah, I would say that's easy enough to do, and like
Okay.
basically, you know, like enough time, you can just succeed at it.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think Ember's gonna say it's like, okay, I don't need a lot of sleep, but I'm getting tapped out. So.
You rest
that's
first.
fair.
I'll stay.
Right.
I'll stay on first watch until you get up.
All right. Might be good to have 2 at a time. I don't know.
Whoever wishes to stay up with me can.
Mm-hmm.
I will. If he's If he or his snakes are foolish enough to come here and do something, then I'm
They
gonna
won't
be
leave.
the one to break them. Exactly. If only he didn't use his tongue to speak.
There are ways.
Yeah, I think. With that, Ember's gonna just curl up, with Ginger, close to him, and just try and get some sleep.
All right.
Yeah, same with Eni.
Do Jared and Mina have any conversations over this time?
Mina doesn't really have anything to say.
Same for Jared, just keeping vigilance, trying to keep as blank of a mind as possible, just focusing purely on reflex.
All right. You are able to keep enough watch, and eventually you both start to feel pretty tired.
Okay. So, I only need 4 hours for a long rest, so.
I need to
Yeah. So I think,
attack
Ember
my
will.
spell.
Yeah, Ember will swap back in.
Yep.
Once he's gotten the 8 hours, or once he's gotten the 4 hours. So.
Mm.
Didn't notice anything weird on our watch. Doesn't mean something won't happen.
Good luck.
All right.
Is Eni getting up for second watch? Or is it just Ember?
If it's alright, I think just Ember at the moment.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then Edie will join near the tail end.
Alright.
Mhm.
So she'll have a full rest.
Yeah. Get those spell slots back.
Yep.
Doing a big spell casting.
Mhm. Yeah.
Do Eni and Ember have any conversations?
Think Ember's just gonna say, I'm sorry about earlier, it just.
You don't need to apologize. I did so, and it's understandable. I technically am a parasite. I think anyone would feel a little weird knowing that the main person that they're talking to is essentially just a puppet.
I'm also just. The people are after me. I have no idea what they wanted, and I just. There wasn't anyone there to help me in that moment, and it went real bad, and I just don't want to ignore anyone else who needs help. I was just focusing on Sona in the moment, but it seems like you're not exactly happy with your current circumstances either.
Yeah, it makes sense. Anyone at first glance would see me as the big bad villain controlling the poor damsel in distress, but I
It's more complicated than that.
it really is. Look, I don't want. I've lost too many hosts in the past, so much so that I barely remember them. And Sona has been probably one of the longest ones I've had.
Yeah.
And unlike many of the others who were much more greedy and I felt a little less compassionate for, poor girl she just wanted closure.
Yeah. Guess it's also I was stuck in the in-between so long that by the time I came out, I felt like a hollowed out shell, and still don't really feel like I'm really a person.
Eni
just-
nods. Yeah. Long-term isolation tends to do that to people. I don't even really remember what I truly am. It's been so long.
Believe me, I can understand that.
Guess we're just two broken beings, eh?
Yep. I mean, are we counting Jared as well?
I don't know if he's broken. He's certainly messed up.
Yeah.
But
Me.
we're all kind of a bit messed up, I think.
Yeah. I know I haven't. Jared and I have had our disagreements, but honestly, I think I could have. If I had gotten out of the in-between after 100 years and I had no one to help me, I guess I can just see how I could have also been really angry at everything.
Eni nods. Yeah. I remember when Sona put me on and I first took control. First thing I wanted to do was burn that whole Hutcher's Manor to the ground. The only reason I stopped was Sona managed to pull me away. Thinking about now, that was a real foolish thing for me to do. A lot more attention on my head than I should have.
Something I was told a lot that I don't quite believe it yet, but I'm trying to, is you really don't know what would have happened if you made different choices. Because all you really know is the path you're on, and it's easy to say that if you did or didn't do certain things that everything would have been fine, but you don't. actually know that.
Or now?
Yeah. Like I said, I was really lucky that I had someone willing to help me when I came back to the world. Funny, I got stuck because there were people who saw a vulnerable young man and decided to take advantage of that, and then someone else who saw that same vulnerable person and decided to help them. I don't know if I am the most unlucky person in the world or the luckiest, given everything, but I know which of those two I want to be. And the world can be awful, but it can still matter to be kind and to help others. It certainly made that difference for me.
Yeah, you do have a point there. Certainly makes things a lot easier. Did I ever mention the time on how me and Jared first met?
Oh, how did you two meet?
Well, I was doing a little bit of digging on in the underbelly of where the gang was that had killed Sona's father, and managed to locate where they were hiding out in this warehouse. Just as I'm about to enter, though, there's this big old brute that comes bursting in, making a lot of noise. Worried that it was going to scare off my target, I quickly rushed in and began to dispatch some of my own. Fortunately, by the time I managed to corner him, that big lughead, she points over to Jared, comes bursting through the door and nearly attempts to take his head off, just as my spell's about to hit him. He dodges out of the way, and in the scuffle, as in the confusion as we begin to fight, in attempt to see who takes his head first, he manages to escape. Once we got a bit calmer heads, and we figured out that we were both looking for him, and agreed to keep going down this path. Make sure that bastard got his just desserts.
Who is it? Or was?
In all honesty, I'm not quite familiar on the name. You would have to ask him. Points back to Jared.
Mhm.
He's better at keeping track of his family members' names.
Wait, it's not... Was it... But was it the guy at the trees, or does he have more siblings we need to worry about?
Annie will think, was it the guy back at the trees? Or was it someone else?
Ember's gonna take a deep breath in and deep breath out.
I don't think so, no. But it's like, we did manage to get revenge on him. That's Edie kind of just jokes after, kind of gives a chuckle after fake thinking. Yeah, I would have certainly remembered him with a messed up arm like that. Yeah, after he was dealt with, though, we continued traveling as I found it pretty profitable. Jared coming in, cleaning up his mess, and he would go in, create a mess as he tries to complete his stuff, and I would come in and clean up.
And do you know how long he intends to keep creating messes?
Well, I do not know. My best guess, probably once he reaches the top of the pile of corpses he's attempting to make. Which is a very, very dangerous path he's going down. As he is just as likely to end up in that pile.
Yeah. I told him as much earlier.
Well, try as best as we can. It'll be definitely a hard thing for him to break, though. How long he's been doing this?
Yeah. Can I make a perception check just to see how this is all going?
Yeah.
All right.
I guess Eni will as well, since this is what we're up for.
Mm-hmm. And mine will load eventually.
15. Man, just kind of stuck in those mid-teens today.
Yeah. Ooh!
We're not the best watch.
We got too distracted with our bonding.
Yeah. Nothing happens. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Does Ginger sense anything?
Ginger is curled up sleeping like a baby.
I give her belly rubs.
Little sleep kicks. It's a little bit early, but I think that is a good place to call the session for today.
Oh, we're not having an ominous, foreshadowing of what Susil's doing?
No. I think leaving it as this unknown tension is good enough.
Yeah, I have a feeling we'll be finding out very soon.
Thank you everyone
Well,
for
the
showing
good
up.
thing.
Thank you players, I hope you enjoyed it.
Yep.
Yeah. This is fun. This is good. I am excited, and I can't wait to cut a man's tongue out. The things, the quotes D&D can make people say.
Yeah. Bye, chat.
See y'all later.